Welcome to Runako Universe. I know everything. You know nothing. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have anything you would like to know, feel free to email me at runakouniverse@gmail.com and I will answer your dumb brain questions for you and all your idiot friends. Anyway, I've got stuff to deal with, so let's get right into it. Aliens. A lot of people have been asking, are they real? Are they here? Yes, they are real. I can tell you that with 100% certainty as the most informed person on the planet. What form are they in and are they here yet? The data is not fully in on those things yet. Here's what I do know. If aliens are here, there's one of three setups. The first setup is that they've been here for a while and they've been giving us technology all this time. The pro to that situation is that they haven't given us all the technology yet and there's more to come. The con to that situation is they're only giving the technology to capitalist douchebags. They're very poor judges of characters. They're meeting people like Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and saying, you seem like a cool guy. I'm going to give you a lot of technology. So that is an issue that we are facing with the potential scenario A aliens. Scenario B aliens are only better than us when it comes to space travel. One of the positive things about that is that they don't have any advanced weaponry, so they're not going to be able to come in and kill us. All they're going to be able to do is get to the planet. Problem with B is that we will be teaching them everything. We are in possibly the worst situation in the universe. We should not be teaching anyone anything. It's going to be a real issue if we are the most intelligent species in the universe. I actually think this is the worst case scenario that we could have, but we'll see how it runs out. So, if you're a dummy on Earth, feel joy in the possibility that you might be a genius on every other planet in the universe if it's inhabited. Scenario C is the one that seems the most likely, and I have made my peace with this one, which is that the aliens haven't arrived yet. They are more advanced than us, and basically we are going to be food for them. We're going to be kept on Earth, and we're going to be kind of kept like cattle, the same way we keep cows. Having made my peace with this, I am in a morally correct position to not be a vegan. It's cool if I eat meat because I'm cool with if they turn me into meat, basically. If you're not on that same wavelength, you should not be eating meat. Bad. What we also want to do is be very careful when it comes to thinking about this like a negative fully. Yes, there are cons. The con is that you're going to be eaten. But even within that negativity, there is a positive. I personally think I am going to be like Wagyu to the aliens. So that means as meat being bred for like upper class restaurants, I'm going to be massaged. I'm going to be allowed to listen to whatever music I want to listen to. You know, I'm getting Kendrick in one ear and I'm listening to like an enjoyable TV show in the other ear, and I'm drinking Hennessy and I'm eating the finest of fried chickens, and up until they slaughter me, I'm gonna have a fantastic life. I guess get your game up and try to see what you can do to become Wagyu, the human version of Wagyu. Perhaps learn to speak Japanese, because that's what I'm about. That's why I'm here in the first place, in case the aliens come. And the pro is that if you were born with some kind of illness, and I always tell my sick friends, being sick is not fun. It's not cool. No one says, let's bring the sick person to the party. Let's invite him. He's always sick. However, it was not your fault. Life kind of dealt you a shit hand, but your meat is no good. So while everyone else is in a pen, they're going to leave you to run the planet. So whatever state the planet's in, baby, is all yours, Mr. Lupus. So everything ain't all that bad. We are 1 week into 2025, and I didn't expect to have to be doing this so soon, but people are just acting out, so it's necessary for me to lay down some law. Here are some of the things that it's way too early in the year to be doing. And when I say too early, I mean eventually it's fine if you do it, but it's just, you can't be doing it 1 week into the year. Please give us some time. Thing number one, smelling bad. I heard a friend complaining about this recently, and I didn't believe him because it was only a few days into January of 2025, but I recently went out and sat near to some people in a cafe who really just came out to assault and attack people with their body odors. It's too early in the year to be smelling bad. Please give it at least 3 months. Hit us with that back in March, in April, where there are flowers out, where people have hay fever, so they can't really smell you that badly. It is inconscionable to be out here smelling like a wet hog this early in the year. The second thing, way too many plane crashes. Let's kind of spread them out. It's been way too many plane crashes for 1 week into the year. Let's either spread them out or perhaps not do them anymore. I'd like pilots to consider not crashing planes anymore. I myself am not a pilot, so I know everything about flying a plane. However, I have not flown one, so I might not have some of the small nuances down. But I think you're not supposed to make the plane explode with everyone on board, so let's try to prevent that from happening. Thing number 3, way too much of so early into the year, is just politics in general. Donald Trump is threatening to take over Greenland and Panama. The Prime Minister of Canada resigned. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has announced his intention to resign, and I don't care. It is just too much information. Boo, you're boring. Start an interesting podcast. Do something else with your life, but stop putting political news. As a matter of fact, just keep lying. Don't tell nobody what you're planning to do. That's the real solution here. People don't want to hear any more political news. Feel free to keep that shit to yourself. Slightly still on the political vein, but I don't want to go too deep into it. At this point, Donald Trump, his the election win has been, verified, ratified. So he is going to be the president of America. And I would like to ask all Americans, especially the ones who don't support him, that for a short while they put down and put aside their differences and really get him a glam team and get that shit together. Because Donald Trump is going to be constantly in the media for the next 4 years or however long he's president. And I just don't want to look at that train wreck anymore. I know at some point they're going to try to impeach him. It's probably not going to work, but please consider, before you impeach Donald Trump, please consider impeaching his hairstylist, impeaching the person or company that's making that color of tanning solution, because no human should be that color, and also impeach the person who is applying the tanning solution and leaving this huge line at the side of his face that makes it look like he cut the face off of the sun and is wearing it over his own face. Let's really clean up his image before we try to clean up the situation with him. I feel like one of them is much easier fixed than the other. Let's all come together, put our differences aside, and make the world just better to look at. Because the reality is we're going to have to look at him a lot. So that's a mini solution. I have larger solutions, but for now, let's deal with what's right in front of our faces. Okay, let's get to the media corner for today. Today, my recommended show is Shrinking on Apple TV. Last weekend, Apple TV had a free, without subscribing, you could watch Apple TV for free all last weekend, and I know everything, including how little money is in my bank account, so I jumped on the opportunity to catch up on a show called Shrinking. My recommendation today is Shrinking. The main stars in it are Jason Segel, that guy from How I Met Your Mother, and Harrison Ford, that guy from Running Away from That Big Rock. In the show, it's about Jason Segel, and he has recently lost his wife, and through grief and acting like a douchebag, he's able to have sex with women who are way hotter than he is. I personally don't understand most of the strife of the show, which is him trying to stop banging women hotter than he is, but I guess there's a TV show in it, and there's other cool things that happen as well. Also, the lady from Scrubs, the mean lady from Scrubs, is also in it, and she did a cool thing where she went to a plastic surgeon and said, make my cheeks look just like the puppet from Saw, Jigsaw. make my cheeks just like his. So that's also cool to look at. So I recommend Shrinking, and a great thing about this show is if you watch it and you're supposed to be going to therapy, because several people have recommended that I go to therapy. But what I do is I just look at this show and pretend it's therapy, because they're all therapists in the show, most of the cast, and then I just pretend that's therapy, and I take like little therapy speak from the show and I bring it over into real life. So save yourself a lot of money. Get your friends, get the courts. If you have been court ordered to do therapy, get them all off your back. Watch Shrinking and then report that as real therapy sessions. Okay. And before we wrap up today, I just want to probably talk about something that's affecting everyone in the world. And I have all these solutions, and it's only fair that I give them to you. Rising prices have been affecting almost every country in the world. People have been using the price of eggs as a marker for how expensive food is getting for the average consumer. My solution to this is, wait for it, give everybody a chicken. Give everybody a chicken. You get a chicken. You get a chicken. You get a chicken. I know it's amazing that no other government, no world leader has thought of this very clear solution. And then they say, well, Runako, we're going to give out all these chickens. Is it only food we're giving to the people? And I say no, because this genius brain of mine has figured out how to use this chicken distribution program, or CDP, as a way to bridge political gaps. So what we do is we give chickens to only Republicans, so that Republicans will be able to get eggs from these chickens. But we give roosters to only Democrats and left-leaning people, so that this political divide will have to be crossed if one side wants eggs for their frittatas and for their souffles and all the things that we know leftists loves to eat. We know that eggs Benedict was the food of the Obama administration. On the right side, you know that the right can't go without meat. They're gonna eat them chickens. They're gonna eat them chickens and not have no more eggs. But what if people could come together? What came first, the chicken or the egg? We don't need to worry about that. What we need to worry about is more chickens are coming if you can bring your roosters and your chickens together. And that's a beautiful thing. And then you say, but what about the vegans? They don't want roosters. They don't want chickens. Well, who's going to manage and distribute the corn? They can eat some corn for themselves, and then they can distribute it to everyone else. And then you say, well, how are we so sure that the vegans will be willing to share? They're against eating meat. And I say, well, then we give everyone with a rooster and a chicken. You get your rooster and a gun. You get your chicken and a gun. And while it won't really help any of the gun violence problem, that's not what we set out to solve. Okay? So let's kind of focus and keep our eye on the prize. With this chicken, corn, rooster, gun program, or as I like to call it, CGCR program, we are sure to eradicate these hunger issues and also bring broken nations back together again. So I think that's all I have for you. Once again, if you have anything you would like to know about, please email me at renakouniverse@gmail.com. This has been Runako Universe. I know everything. You know nothing. Peace.